welcome to Creative Coloring with Erum. Today I'll be sharing 3 cards with you featuring the beautiful peony stem set and a very easy watercoloring technique. I went ahead and heat embossed my images in antique gold. I'm only going to color one flower and one leaf for you. This is so easy, guys. You can definitely ask your children to join in the fun. You will get plenty of images colored in no time. What I'm doing is fairly easy. All you have to do is scribble the Persian blue watercolor on the heat embossed image. And don't worry about coloring out of the line. This is totally stress-free coloring. Once you've added your color, which by the way depends on you. If you want a light colored flower, apply less pigment. And if you want a darker color flower, then apply more pigment. Now spritz some water onto the image. I usually set it aside to air dry. If you are in a hurry, go ahead and use your heat gun. While my images are drying, I decided to work on the card front. For this, I'll take a blending tool and blend some Morning Frost ink onto the panel. I have die cut all my watercolored images and now I'll arrange them on my card front. This took me a while to figure out, so I'm going to skip this a bit and also fast forward some of it. I'm going to arrange the elements and then adhere them with foam tape. Once that is done, I'll cut off all the excess images so that we get a clean edge or border on all sides. After this point, I usually pick up the excess pieces and pop them on the card front if there is space, but in this case the card front looks great. I went ahead and die cut Hey out of Cap's Bold alphabet die in gold foil. I've stacked these up a couple of times and now I'll adhere them with glue. Next I'll adhere Gorgeous that has been heat embossed in antique gold on black. My first card is ready and it looks really good with all the dimension. I also love how unique the watercolor is on all the flowers. Now for my last 2 cards. I'll color the flowers in the same way, but instead of using one color, I'll use 2 shades. I've already heat embossed them in pure white embossing powder. For the first one, I'm using rouge on the outer area and then ruby red in the center. Spritz heavily and set it aside to air dry. For my second flower, I'm using ruby light watercolor brush marker and I'll scribble this in the center and then midnight violet watercolor brush marker around it. By the way, I'm using a sturdy watercolor cardstock for this since we'll be using a lot of water on it. For the leaves, I'll use Citrus Burst and Emerald watercolors. It is super easy, isn't it? It's also quick too. If you use your heat gun to dry instead of air drying it, it's super fast. To make my second card, I'll use the Square Weave stencil by Altenew to dry emboss my card front. This looks very cool. Next, I have to figure out the layout. So I cut this broad band, the width of my card front, which is 4 inches, and place the floral images on one side to see how much area I need to stamp the sentiment. I'll then stamp the sentiment and adhere the panel with foam tape. After this, I'll adhere the flower with foam tape and glue the leaves directly. And that's it. My second card is ready. I do really like the subtle texture from the stencil. Love using stencils this way. My third card will feature the rouge and ruby red watercolor flowers. I'll start by adding fine black paint splatters on my card front. I know some of you have emailed me about not getting the splatters right. I don't know what is right or wrong in splatters. If it's the splatter size that depends on the brush size and also on how much water the brush is holding. So try this on a spare sheet. It doesn't have to be watercolor cardstock. It's just for practice. So take any cardstock or any sheet of paper. You can use all your brushes and write down which brush gives what kind of splatters. You can try with less water and a lot of water. Well, that's about it. Okay, so now I'll arrange my images. I'll adhere the flowers on foam tape and glue the leaves directly. Then I'll add a few more black paint splatters and adhere a sentiment strip that I had lying around. My final card is ready too. I hope you enjoyed today's easy watercoloring. Remember to have fun and involve your kids while you color your images. Thank you for watching, everyone. Bye.